Yo, hey, it's your boy No Limit Larry, and it's another edition of Mike's Off. What up, Bert?
What's happening?
Hey, man, y'all know we back at it again, another edition of Mike's Off.
Mike's Off!
And Mike's Off! NBA Finals is going down, and we got what we wanted. A lot of people actually predicted this. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. You got OKC on one side. You got the Indiana Pacers on the other side. You got Halliburton. What the Hallie? You got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander on the other side. This is going to be a good Game 7. Now, OKC laid an egg in Game 6, which a lot of teams do.
Oh, my God.
Like in a closeout game, I've seen teams, go through the motions and kind of lay an egg and just get prepared for Game 7, which is dangerous.
Game 6 showed me why I do not like the NBA anymore.
Why you say that?
It's no way a team in the NBA Finals should be getting beat by 30 points. It's no way. Y'all are professional National Basketball Association players, and y'all get whooped by 30 in the finals? I
think, like I said, I just feel like OKC, which is this is very dangerous. Like when you say, okay, well, we up 3-2, we can give away a game. It's like almost like this is give away a game, we're gonna go home and get right and win. That is very dangerous because like when you get a Game 7, anything can happen.
Yeah,
and you only need to win by 1 point to win the title.
That's it.
So that is very, very, very dangerous. And this shows their inexperience in the playoffs because a lot of teams who have been in the playoffs and been in the finals, they know, like, if you got a chance to knock a team out,
you knock them out.
You leave it out. You leave it out there in Game 6, and then just in case we don't get through that Game 6, we still got a Game 7. OKC really look like they have won. They done won the title. They look like they was going through the motions, and hey, I think the Pacers done found something. That lineup with Halliburton
and McConnell.
Yeah. McConnell is a problem.
He been that kind of player though. He just, for whatever reason, he just never. I don't know if coaches don't have that trust in him. They don't have that confidence in him. But he's always been like that sneaky, I can get bucket type of player. He's been known for his defense though. He was never known for putting up points and generating the offense the way he's been doing. But it's just. This is the first Game 7 since Bron and the Warriors, since Bron came back from 3-1 in 2016. I didn't realize that.
And that's another series where them boys took off that Game 6 and they figured like, all right, we'll get to Game 7 and we'll knock it out. Yeah. But Bron them fought that whole playoff. They would fight for their playoff lives every game, and they laid it out there, and then they got in that Game 7. We had that Bron Iguodala block.
This is off subject a little bit, but that prime LeBron run. Prime LeBron. 10 straight finals. 10 straight NBA finals is crazy, Larry.
Not really.
Yes, it is.
Not
10
really.
straight?
Not really. Not when you look at the way, like, the East was so weak at that time, and he really dominated the East at that time.
It is not easy to go to the NBA Finals. We ain't gonna do that.
I didn't say it was easy. I just said
but
the
he
East
went 10 years in a row.
and won how many?
4
out of 10. 40%.
So what? He got 4 rings. When did that become a bad thing? Because he got a losing record in the finals?
He got a losing record. Hell, the Buffalo Bills went to 4 straight
and they lost all of them.
All of them, right.
They don't have no record.
We don't get to talk about them.
We don't talk about them. We don't need to. They didn't win. LeBron got
4 out of
10. Y'all stop disrespecting the king, man.
First of all, he ain't my king. Hey, I'm my own king. He ain't my king. That is not my king. That is not my king.
He is your king.
No, he ain't. He might be your king, but he ain't my king. The only king I recognize is Martin Luther. I don't know no other kings. That's an amazing feat in any sport. You
this don't have the same feel though, because the Heat and the Warriors seemed like a finals type rivalry.
Yeah,
where we wanted those two teams to get to the finals. We knew they was gonna meet in the finals, and we wanted to see who was gonna win. This doesn't have that feel. Yeah, it's Game 7. Game 7 is always a hyped up type of game in any series, in any sport, but it don't have that same feel.
It does to me because, like I said earlier, a lot of people predicted this, and you got 2 of the best point guards in the league right now. the best scoring point guards in the league right now. Going at it, you got two young guns, you got two young teams. Like these teams match up on paper. Like you could toss it up and it's just in and out. You never know. That's why we get to Game 7.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm really excited. Like Boosie said early in the playoffs, like these NBA playoffs have been good because we are really witnessing the changing of the guard. Kind of like when Mike was leaving and he gave it to Kobe and LeBron. Really more like so LeBron because Kobe was during Mike's time, during the end of Mike's time.
Right.
But it was like, so we really get to witness that for this generation. Like for our sons, they witnessing it. They're like, oh, okay. Like, we got some new blood. It's new blood out there.
I hate it.
You hate it? Why?
I hate it.
Man, things got to change.
Oklahoma City was down by 20 points last night, the beginning of the second half, beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah.
And they shot 5 3-pointers in a row.
That's what they do. That's the league.
And missed all 5 of them.
That's the league.
You can go on a run. You hit a little mid-range jumper. You go to the bucket, get some free throws. Like, you got to get some points. And I'm not saying go to the old school way. I'm just saying, okay, if you realize your team not hitting threes, find another way to score.
That's the way they score now.
That's
the league. That is the Steph Curry league. This is the Steph Curry era of the NBA.
Who said? Oh, I was watching a video where the guy said that the NBA now is the least watched. All they do is shoot threes. All they do is this. All they do is that. And he said, "Who's the face of the NBA?" And the kid he was talking to said LeBron. He said, "Okay, so back in the '90s when it was the most watched, who's the NBA? Who's the face of the NBA?" And he said Michael Jordan. He said, "So you telling me that the face of a declining NBA is LeBron James, and the face of the NBA when it was at its peak was Michael Jordan?" And I'm like, but you can't say that LeBron is the face of the 3-point NBA league when Steph Curry was the one who changed it to that.
Well, to that point, I think, LeBron has had, like you said earlier, he went to 10 straight finals. So until LeBron is gone, I think LeBron is still the face. You know, even though Steph did change, Steph definitely has changed the game. Steph definitely has won 4 titles, some MVPs, and he has had the face. But I don't think he's not the overall face of the league. I think it is still LeBron because LeBron is still there. Which is it's really not fair to LeBron because it's a new league. Yeah. It is a new league. Like every team, like the way they build their team, the way Indy and OKC are built the same way. They have players who can knock down the 3-pointer at a high clip.
Yeah,
like that's what they do. Like even their bench come in and shoot threes. That's what they do. So it's not it's not fair to LeBron because he's the face because he's still there and he could every night he in your city he gonna sell out.
Yeah,
because people want to still see him. And he can still ball. Like taking nothing away from LeBron, he can still ball. He can still go out there and get 30.
That boy, 57 years old.
He can go out there and get 30.
Hooping.
In his Jesus shoes.
And a triple-double. What's up?
But I'm excited about this NBA because, everything in life, you have changes. So now we're changing. We're seeing that, Steph changed the game. Shout out to Steph, Charlotte 10.
Yeah,
with his 3-point shooting, and that's what these guys are doing, and that's exciting. It is exciting. Like the dunks, the fadeaways, the alley oops, all that's exciting. But the way these boys shoot the 3, and the way what's exciting about it, because you can be down 15, hit these 3-pointers, and you right back in the game, or you take the lead. And the way the crowd gets into it with these men, it's exciting to me. But it's definitely a Steph Curry fault. It's definitely
Steph Curry fault. Because jacking up threes from everywhere.
Game 7 predictions. Who you going with, man? OKC or Indy?
I'm going OKC.
You think OKC?
Yeah, OKC going to take it. They're going to hold it down and blow them out.
You know what, Bert? I said earlier that I was going OKC. But more and more I think about it, because the way they laid an egg in Game 6 and the way they mentally checked out, I think Indy has the advantage in this game.
You know what? I want Tyrese Halliburton to win simply because he was voted the most overrated player in the NBA. I want him to win to shut all of them up, but I don't think they will.
I'm gonna go on record. I think Indy has the edge. I think Indy is
going to Indiana.
I think Indy's gonna win. I'm changing it. What? I think Indy gonna win. I think because I'm telling you, when you go to that Game 6 and you don't play, you don't play. I seen it happen to Boston. I seen it happen to Boston when they played the Lakers in not the year that they won the title, the year after. when they played LA again, and they went to that game 6 because they was up 3-2. They went to that game 6 and they just basically
it up.
They basically gave LA the game because they was like, we're gonna put all our marbles on game 7. Game 7 was back and forth. It was a back and forth game 7, and Kobe and them won. And Kobe and them ended up winning because I think Boston mentally checked out in game 6. But you can set a standard in game 6 where you can, but we're going to play hard. We're going to make it so hard on y'all. By the time y'all get to game 7, y'all going to be tired. Y'all going to be roughed up. Y'all ain't going to even want to come to game 7 instead of just going out there going through the motions. So that's why I think that was dangerous for OKC, and I'm going with Indy in game 7 by 12.
Oh, that's insane.
I got Indy by 12.
12?
In OKC.
You're tripping.
Ended by 12 in OKC.
You're tripping.
On record.
Outside of game 1, Halliburton hasn't had a good game in OKC this
Guess
season.
what's going to happen?
Wow.
Halle going to hit a 30 ball. And they going to win.
All right, you tripping.
30 ball.
Yeah, you tripping.
I'm telling you, he going to show up. Him and his daddy, they going to be smoking on OKC pack.
Yeah.
You ready to smoke that OKC pack,
That's
Dad?
not going to happen.
I love him and his dad's relationship, by the way. Let me say that.
That's dope. Instead of talking about this black man being in his son's life, everybody will talk about him taking up for his son and getting all mad in Giannis' face. When the confrontation really wasn't that bad between him and Giannis.
It really wasn't. I wish my daddy took
At
up
the end, they said, Giannis told him, I love you.
Yeah, he did.
So,
in a condescending way, but okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. I wish Giannis would have slapped him, though. When am I going to get back to just start slapping people?
Ooh. That's what we need to get back to.
Start slapping people.
Going outside, fighting, respecting one another, and going back in and having a good time.
That's what Adrian Peterson just did. He just had a fight at a
that
poker
was the
match.
worst fight I ever seen.
Adrian Peterson, but you might play football, but you need to get your hand skills together.
He was boxing for a little bit. Got his ass
he was getting his
too.
ass. He had to be getting knocked out throwing punches like that.
Man, them
he
punches
was terrible.
was horrible. What are you doing?
Oh, man.
What are you doing? Use your footwork. He was in the league for 15 years.
He got CT.
God. That was the worst poker fight.
That boy sucked the hell out of Adrian
Boy,
Peterson.
what?
I don't give a damn about you being up.
I'm a football tackler, a football player. I'm form tackling your ass to get you on the ground, and then I'm gonna beat the hell out of you.
He get tackled.
Clearly,
all these football players, they think they can bully people. Ain't nobody scared of y'all because y'all play football.
You play football, you don't fight.
Yeah, y'all ain't no fighters.
We fight out here in the real streets.
Yeah,
stupid.
Hey man, I'm triggered. You know what I mean? Get me out of here, Burpie. Mike's off.